Hello, I'm Smriti, and you're watching Chulbuli Days. Today, we are going to start chapter 14 of this very beautiful book, The Little Prince. The fifth planet was very strange. It was the smallest one of all. There was just enough room for a lamppost and a lamplighter. The little prince wondered what could be the use of a lamppost and a lamplighter somewhere in the sky on a planet without houses or people. Nonetheless, he said to himself, perhaps the lamplighter is absurd. However, he is not as absurd as the king, the conceited man, the businessman, and the drunkard. For at least his work has some meaning. When he lights his street lamp, it is as if he brought one more star to light, or one more flower. When he extinguishes his lamp, it puts the flower or the star to sleep. It is a beautiful occupation, and since it is beautiful, it is truly useful. When he arrived on the planet, he saluted the lamplighter respectfully. Good morning, sir. Why have you just put out your lamp? Those are the orders, replied the lamplighter. Good morning. What are the orders? The orders are that I put out my lamp. Good evening. And he lit his lamp again. But why have you just lit it again? Those are the orders, replied the lamplighter. I don't understand, said the little prince. There is nothing to understand, said the lamplighter. Orders are orders. Good morning. And he put out his lamp. Then he mopped his brow with a handkerchief decorated with red squares. My calling is a terrible one. In the old days, it was reasonable. I put out the lamp in the morning and lit it again in the evening. For the rest of the day, I could relax, and for the rest of the night, I could sleep. And the orders have been changed since that time? The orders have not been changed, said the lamplighter. And that is the tragedy. From year to year, the speed of the planet's rotation has increased considerably, and the orders have not been changed. And so, asked the little prince. Well, now that the speed has reached one rotation per minute, I do not have a second's rest. I have to light up and put out my lamp once a minute. That is very funny. Where you live, a day only lasts 1 minute? It is not funny at all, said the lamplighter. We have already been talking together for a whole month. A month? Yes, 30 minutes, 30 days. Good evening. And he lit his lamp again. As the little prince watched him, he felt he had come to love this lamplighter, so faithful to his orders. He remembered the sunsets which he himself used to seek by simply moving his chair. He wanted to help his friend. So this is the lamplighter. I believe there is a way which would allow you to take a rest whenever you wanted to. I always want to, said the lamplighter. For one can be both faithful and lazy. The little prince continued, your planet is so small that you can walk all around it in 3 strides. You just have to walk slowly enough to stay always in the sun. When you want to take a rest, you will walk, and the day will last for as long as you can. That would not help me very much, said the lamplighter. The one thing I like in life is to sleep. That is unfortunate, said the little prince. That is indeed unfortunate, said the lamplighter. Good morning, and he put out his lamp. That man, said the little prince to himself as he continued his journey, that man would be despised by all the others, by the king, by the conceited man, by the drunkard, by the businessman, but he is the only one who does not seem ridiculous to me. Perhaps it is because he is not only concerned with himself. With a sigh of regret, he said to himself once again, that man is the only one I could have made my friend. But his planet is really too small. There is not enough room for 2. What the little prince would not admit to himself was that he was sorry to leave this planet, blessed as it was with 1440 sunsets every day. Shall we also read chapter 15? Let's also read chapter 15. The 6th planet was a planet 10 times larger. It was inhabited by an old gentleman who wrote voluminous books. Oh, look, here comes an explorer, he cried out when he saw the little prince. The little prince sat down on the table, catching his breath. It seemed he had been traveling for so long. Where do you come from? Asked the old man. What is this thick book? Said the little prince, disregarding the question. What are you doing here? I am a geographer, said the gentleman. What is a geographer? A geographer is a scholar who knows the location of all the seas, the rivers, the cities, the mountains, and the deserts. Now that is extremely interesting, said the little prince. That is at long last a real profession, and he cast a quick look around him at the geographer's planet. Never before had he seen such a magnificent planet. Your planet is very beautiful. Are there any oceans? I have no way of knowing, said the geographer. Oh, the little prince was disappointed. And many mountains? I really could not tell you that either, said the geographer. And cities and rivers and deserts? I have no way of knowing that either, said the geographer. But you are a geographer. Exactly, said the geographer. But I am not an explorer. I have no explorers on my planet. It is not the geographer's task to count the cities, the rivers, the mountains, the oceans, and the deserts. The geographer is far too important to waste his time browsing around. He never leaves his office, but he receives explorers. He questions them and notes down what they recall of their travels. And if the recollections of one of them seem interesting to him, the geographer orders an inquiry into the explorer's moral character. But why? Because an explorer who told lies would bring into disrepute the geographer's books, as would an explorer who drank too much. But why? Asked the little prince. Because drunkards see double. As a result, the geographer would note two mountains where in fact there was only one. I know someone, said the little prince, who would make a bad explorer. That is possible. Even when the moral character of the explorer is shown to be satisfactory, an investigation is ordered into his discovery. One goes to check it. No, that would be too complicated, but the explorer is requested to furnish proof. If, for example, the discovery is that of a big mountain, he is required to bring back some large stones from it. Suddenly, the geographer became very excited. But you have come a long way. You are an explorer. You must describe your planet to me. And the geographer, having opened his register, sharpened his pencil. One started off by noting the explorer's story in pencil, and when the explorer had provided the required proof, the information was filled in ink. Well, asked the geographer expectantly. Oh, where I live? Said the little prince. It is not very interesting because it is so small. I have 3 volcanoes, 2 are active, and the third is extinct, but one never knows. One never knows, said the geographer. I also have a flower. We don't record flowers, said the geographer. Why not? It is the prettiest thing on my planet. Because flowers are ephemeral. What does ephemeral means? Geographies, said the geographer, are the most precious of all books. They are never out of fashion. A mountain rarely changes its place. It is very rare for an ocean to empty itself of its waters. We write of eternal things. But extinct volcanoes can wake up, the little prince interrupted. What does ephemeral mean? Whether volcanoes are extinct or active amounts to the same thing for us, said the geographer. What matters to us is the mountain. It does not change. But what does ephemeral mean? The little prince repeated once again, since he had never in his life given up a question once he had raised it. It means in danger of early disappearance. My flower is in danger of early disappearance? Of course it is. My flower is ephemeral, the little prince said to himself. And she has only 4 thorns with which to defend herself against the world. and I have left her all alone on my planet. That was his first moment of regret, but he took courage once again. What place would you advise me to visit now? He asked. The planet Earth, replied the geographer. It has a good reputation. And the little prince went away, thinking of the flower. So, this was chapter 15 and 14. Uh, the chapter 15 ends at the prince uh, feeling the emotion of regret. He is regretting that he has left his flower, his love, and he got to know that a flower is ephemeral, that is in danger of early disappearance, and he thinks of the flower that it only has four thorns to protect itself from the problems, and he has left her all alone, and he goes away thinking about her. So this was a cute chapter. Thank you for listening to me. So much love to you all. I hope you also read this book, and if you don't want to read, you can always listen to me. And thank you so much. Have a great, great, great day, night, afternoon. Be kind, be human, be whatever you want to be. Just love, live, and laugh. Thank you.